So we're going to try to we're going to add some, a little bit of strength moves to us today. Think that's a good idea? Since we have variety is available to us always. So let's breathe in and move up. Welcome. And get our antennas up there and start sparkling and receiving the electricity. Oh, I'm a little stiff. Good, easy, and roll the pelvis, elbows back by the rib cage, thrust the chest forward, get the breath going, loosen up in the lower back and the middle back. Good. Just let it flow through us. Couple more. Roll the pelvis. It's our practice for dancing. And rub the hands together. Take a nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, softly and gently cup your palms near your eyes, straighten the spine, relax the shoulders, turn your gaze inwards, and invite yourself to cultivate an intimate relationship with your breath. To be your breath, breathe your breath, and follow your breath to your the yoga, that joining, that conscious unity of body, mind, and spirit. Invite yourself to befriend yourself and to participate in your healing. Exhale. Breathe in, go up. Spread the clouds, spread the clouds. Good, easy. We just open and clear the energy field, go out as far as your fingers can feel and move through the ether body. Just see what the vibe is. How does it feel to you today? And then ground yourself. And then gather all that sweetness right into your heart. So we already feel that we're in that flow that we're comfortable with. Arms go out, up and overhead, stretching up long and exhaling, sliding down the heart line, fanning the hands out to the inner thighs. Shove the chest forward, shove, that's a yoga cue. Chest is back. Look way out there, really press down on the inside knees. So initially you're going to feel it in the hip socket. And then let's go ahead and spin the torso around the pelvic bowl. Really give yourself lots of ease and groove. Breathing all the while. And then we'll spin the other direction. Breathing. Moving right into easy prayer. Settle in easy, arms up and overhead. Twine the weird thumb or any thumb, they're both weird. Drop the head back, exhale, tongue to the chin. Breathe in again through the nose. Exhale, tongue to the chin. Inhale, head up, tongue in. Stretch up a little more, beautiful. And then take the whole body and plank out. Dive out over the edge of the mat, ears between the upper arms. Keep that sweet line between the fingertips and the back of the skull and your tailbone. Keep the chin lifted just slightly up off that notch. Arms a little higher, thrust your chest forward a little more, Mr. Squire. Look out the Grand Canyon, go baby, go. You almost tip. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, round back behind the tailbone. Stretch the arms forward. Scoop out the Cheetos, or lack of Cheetos for Dana. Spin the body. Come back into the center and really stretch. Open the mountain gates, the back side of your heart. Scoop out your belly and shoot some energy out your kneecaps. Breathe. Uh-oh, yawning's a lack of oxygen. Can't be bored yet. I saw that. Now roll the pelvis. That's why she didn't want to be on the camera. Stack the vertebra. Arms up and overhead. Look at the fingertips. Right hand offside the knee, and let's pulse off to the side. Keep that right arm angled off the knee so you're working at about a 45 degree. Elbows over the top, elbows over the ear. Oh, it's a stretch we don't normally do. You know, it's at an angle. Rebound up, happy cactus, jazz hands, spin. Go for it. Creating space, breath is moving, body's relaxed, released. And then hold it up on the right side, dive on down, elbows up, crown of the head to the knee. Roll a little bit forward on the pelvis and see if you can torque the upper torso just slightly and surrender down to the earth. See if you can surrender down to the knee. What, Will? Cramping already? That's a weird position. Get your electrolytes. Surrender the kidneys. Elbows are wide. Breathe. And Mitchie march around. Chip, 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 chip. Sit up nice and tall. We take this first initial spiral. Left hand on the knee. Right hand spins around near the tailbone. The closer you can get the heel of the hand to your tailbone and press down, the more extension you get through the spine. Eyes are wide open, looking over the left shoulder. Eyeballs in the edge of the socket. Breath is flowing. Soft and relaxed through the throat. It's all good. And easy, Mitchie. March back into the center. Shimmy and shake. Give it a good shimmy. That's good, you know, just like, wow. And then sweep it out. There we go. To take a early disco. Up overhead. Exhale humbly down the heart line, dedicating this breath to your body. To the opportunity, the blessing, the awareness of the preciousness of housing your spirit in this most sacred of temples. Notice the subtleties that begin to awaken in the body. Slide the hands down, shift the feet. Remember, you can sit any way you wish. You can sit with heel, crotch. You can sit half lotus, full lotus. 3 breaths, fingers stretch far away from the body. Be beautiful in your seatedness, you know. Inhale, exhale. Gathering and releasing, pressing down armpit. Good, up. Let's go 4 more. One more. Inhale up. Take in a little more air. Humbly slide down the heart line. Stretch the hands out to the inner thighs. Inhale. Exhale, chest forward, elbows back, wing bones pinched together. Press down on the inner legs. Really stretch up and out of the pelvic bowl. I imagine you feel it in your hip sockets. Hopefully. Good. Left shoulder well. Stretch the chest a little more. Tip over a little further. Good. And then start to spin. Oh, loosen it up. Spin around. Lead with your heart. Heart goes behind the tailbone. And reverse. Baba two, Baba two, Baba two. Oh, I like this song. And then back into the center. Stretch the arms out, up and overhead. Twine the other opposite thumb, drop the head back, twice breath, tongue out. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the head up. Tongue is in, stretch out. And then dive. Jump off the cliff. Ears between the upper arms, tailbone connected. Stretch through the fingernails. Anchor with your tailbone, your outer thighs. Chest presses forward. Arms find themselves by the ears, reaching, breathing. Widen the breath. Get warm. So start to increase the breath. What happened, Mr. Squire? You're thinking about something. Chest forward, arms up. Care Bear's all organized. Inhale and lift up, look up. Exhale, round the spine, round behind the tailbone. Look over your fingertips, scoop out your belly. Sit back more, Gary, so that you can fall over practically. But then hold yourself like right teeter-totter on the edge. Spin a little bit side to side. Press down in your legs, Lee. Easy. Now stack the vertebra, roll the pelvis, anchor the sit bones, free up the lumbar, stack the vertebra, look up. Left hand down by the knee, lift up, and pulse. Oops. Oh, so nice, the love handle. You can get into the small pants. Easy, rebound back up. Happy cactus jazz hands, spin. Chum, 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 chum. And come to the left and dive. Head down, elbows up, crown of the head towards the knee. Roll forward slightly, engage your fingertips. Spin the spine so that the heart is over your thighs. Good. You can drop a little lower, Susan, or you got a little crimp. Watch that right shoulder, Will. And then easy, Mitzi march around, shimmy and shake. And sweep out, stack and lift up overhead. Humbly dedicate this breath to your mind and to your sweet, most radiant, kind and compassionate self. Dedicate the breath to your curiosity, your creativity, your willingness to forgive quickly. Dedicate the breath to that yearning for alignment with the divine, for a unity, a yoking, a joining, a yoga. Slide the hands down and easy. Let's go ahead and fold the knees in. Let's roll on over into child's pose today. I'm going to meander up to standing, so let's find ourselves. Big toes touching. Oops. Knees apart. Kind of settle in and then lay out. Lay down. Get your head below the heart. Soften the body. Relax your inner thighs. Good job. Let your buns settle back on your heels. Let your mid-back relax. Relax the belly. Stretch the spine. That circulation, that realization, that yearning for conscious contact, for a cosmic flow. We trust in the earthly energies, in the heavenly energies. We mobilize our juiciness that nestles at the base of the spine. We feed our pineal gland in the middle of the brain. We bow down to. Lift the fingers up. Dig the fingertips in and lift the palms up and the forearms and shimmy and shake everything. Again, finding the range of motion, the ability, and then dig the fingers in and come up onto picnic table, cat and cow. Really giving a little bit of more of an active swing to the pelvis. The tailbone go floor, heaven, earth, heaven, breathing. Oh, sliding the heart forward so the front side of the body gets some good stretching. Spaciousness. Then go ahead and you can roll the hips around your knees. Good, and then reverse that circle. Kind of keep some attention to detail. That would be like so the stomach doesn't just hang down and slap your thighs. That you kind of keep it contained in that place that's called the abdominal cavity. Or maybe not so cavity. Depends. Come back into all fours. Curl your toes and sit back on your heels. Gaze at your fingertips and play with your elbow creases so that you see what happens. Meanwhile, you're stretching your toes out, of course, but play with the elbow creases. Roll the creases towards the sky, roll the creases towards the ground, and then find that mid section where the creases of your elbows are stretching towards each other. The shoulders have driven down. Good, easy breathing in, activating the fingertips, lift the knees up into a low crouch, and then raise all the way up with the heels and the bottom into a very long, elongated downward facing dog. Strong arms, don't forget the extremities. And now pedal your heels. Pedal the heels, let the pulsing of your chest go back towards your thighs. Decompressing the gut and the belly and opening up your calves. How are you doing, Will? Opening up your calves. Good. Pulse your chest towards the thighs. Good. And then easy, both heels to the sky. And then drop both heels. 3 breaths in a stationary, quiet, yet strong downward facing dog. Breath 2. Adjust your upper thoracic spine. Adjust your shoulders and your wing bones. 1 more breath. And now hinge forward into plank. 3 breaths. Strong. Notice how you're glued to the earth. And then tailbone hinge back into down dog. Exhale, ah. Long, strong arms, elbow creases connected. 1 more breath. Inhale into plank, hinging into plank. Just come on forward. It's your body, just hinging. Activating the synovial fluid, lubricating the joints. 1 more breath. Inhale, tail up. Exhale into down dog. Drop the heels. Press the chest to the thighs. Open up the back of your legs. One more. Inhale into plank. Hinging into plank. 3 breaths. Feel good and strong. It's easier if you feel that way. Lower your knees down. And let's go ahead and softly drop the chest between the thumbs. Keep the elbows up, gripped next to the ribs. Drop your chin, tailbone to the sky. Slide the legs on back, easy. Slide the elbows forward, come into proud sphinx. Again, find yourself aware of the extremities, aware of pieces of the puzzle. Shoulders are back, forearms are connected, little toes are on the ground, top of the feet are on the ground. Look over your shoulder, see if you can see your heel. Keep your chin up, Susan, when you do that. Look over the top of your shoulder. Eyes wide, it's the eyes, eyeballs and the edge of the sockets, other side. Come back into the center and easy. Pull the legs together, ankles and calves and knees. Lower your bosoms down and stretch your arms back behind you. You can twine your fingers if you wish, or you can just stretch the arms back behind you, squeezing the mid legs. Good. That's the head and the chest can be up. Chest can come up a little higher. Strengthen. Oh, very good. Strengthening the back safely. Breathing. Stretch those legs, Gary. What are you doing? I can't see your head. Lift the chest a little higher. Inner thighs are squeezed. Hands come by the side. Hands are released underneath your shoulders. Inhale and hinge back into a knee together. Child's pose. That means all you do is let your bottom sit on your heels, your arms barely drag in close to you. The longer you can keep your arms away from you, the better. Sit your tailbone on your heels. Stretch the shoulders, stretch the arms. Good job. Breathing, please. Another breath, breathing in. Keeping the knees together. Lift your fingertips. Press your fingertips down. Lift your palms. Keep your bottom glued to your heels and walk your hands off to your left. Walk your hands off to your left. Keep your bottom on your heels. Arms are straight. Forearms are off the ground. Palms are off the ground. Stretch. Keep your right bottom on your heel. Side body stretching, side of the shoulder, yes or no? Yes. And now Mitchie march around. Good, try and just use the fingertips. Keep the palms off and the wrists off. Mitchie march, spider fingers. Mitchie march all the way off to your right side. Stretch. That left arm is you're gonna feel the side of your body, your deltoids. You're gonna feel your pectorals, the insertion point. Breathing. Stimulating the body, anticipating the well-being of your vessel. Mitchie march back into the center. Shimmy and shake. Lay the hands down. Hinge up into all fours. Curl the toes. Inhale up into down dog. Drop the heels. Let your left leg float up behind you. And open that left foot over your bottom. Let that left ankle hang over. Breathing. Knee to the sky. Good job. A little higher. That's good. And then come back into even hips. Look between your thumbs and see if you can bring your chest over your thumbs, your knee to your nose. Squeeze it in. Kick it back up. And then step forward this time. Left foot between the hands. So drop the back knee. Grab that leg and haul it to the front of your mat. You don't have a mat, Gary. Your other leg. That's good. Get it all the way forward so you have safety first. Knee over the top of the foot. Come up into runner's lunge. Design the geometry. Get your fingers by your toes. Scoop your hips in, breathing. And then easy, lower that back knee, flatten that back foot. Lunge your pelvis down to the earth and hold on to the front thigh. Just lift your chest, good. Try and lunge off of the kneecap so that the right thigh is getting a big stretch. Oh, what's that handy dresser next to you, Miss Linda? It's got a little help with her balance. Good, easy. Look up at the sky. If you're in the mood, you can try and lift both arms up to the sky. Press down on the top of your back foot. Slide the hands on down. Easy. Go by the front toes. Curl the back toes under. Tie the string to your tailbone. Hinge back and stretch those left toes towards your nose. And cry. So you lift the toes up of the front foot towards your nose. Sit your buns back a little further. You can lift those toes, Gare. That's good. How is it, Will? Sit back there. Wiggle your hips a little bit. You can feel the design immediately. The back of your left knee, that front leg, you can feel the back of the knee. You can feel the insertion point in your little bun. Your little bun. Another breath. Then easy hinge on forward. Back into the lunge. Fingers are by the front toes. Lift up the back knee. Runner's lunge it is. Stretch the arms back behind you. Find your balance. Reaching through the top of your head. Keeping that front knee bent more, Brenda. That's good, that's good. You almost got it, Will. Tighten up in the... Stretch the arms out by your ears. And then cartwheel. No, drop the arms. Lift the bottom. Step back into down dog. Inhale into plank. You can do a little vinyasa. You can lower the knees. You can lower yourself down flat. And softly just lift the chest up. Inhale. Come back through all fours. Sit back in child's pose and breathe. Noticing how interesting it is to hinge in the sequence. To hinge your body in the sequence. Breathe. Circulation, quality of the breath, softness of your throat. And that's the good thing about things, is that we get to alert the hands again so that we connect to the earth. Inhale up onto all fours. Find yourself organized, hugging the elbow creases towards each other, the belly into the backbone. Curl the toes, sit back on the heels, lift your buns up into downward dog. Drop the heels. Take a nice deep breath, long and full. And then swing that right leg up to the sky and open up the knee so the foot hangs over the left side of the body. Strong arms, just creating space, opposite action from seatedness. And then rotate the hips and straighten that right leg, strong arms. Inhale. As you exhale, hinge and bring the nose to the knee. Inhale the right leg back up. And again, look between the hands. Set your intention. Step that right leg forward between the thumbs. Remember, the trick is if you need to, pull the knee or just grab the foot and drag it forward. Good. Okay, right foot forward, boo-boo. Where are you going? Where's he going? Is he okay? He's going to be lop-legged. Huh?
He's fine.
Well, he's out of my sight.
You just have to take a quick message. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh, he's going to be lop-legged. Oh my God, that's the worst part. Okay, the right knee, everybody is over the top of the right foot. You're heavy in your groin. You're heavy in your back thigh. Flatten the back foot. Spider fingers will help you, or bricks. Sweep your chest forward. Look up at the sky. Anything touching the ground is your anchor. Add a little mula bandha so the pelvis doesn't go to sleep. Hold on to the front thigh if you're able. And if you're in the mood, you can stretch both arms up to the sky. Breathing. Oh, it feels so good. And then slide the hands on down, easy. Place them by the front toes. Curl the back toes under. Oh, Care Bear. Oh my God, quick, your leg's gonna be all completely crazy. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. There you go, get organized. Get it straight over the top of the foot. That's it. Now go ahead and sit back. This at least will wake you up. Sit back easy. Pull the right toes towards your nose. Wiggle the hips. Keep the arms as far forward as you can. Settle in. Lee, you can go ahead and stretch that foot way out towards your bed more. You might as well start working on the splits. Be careful yourself you don't get stuck though. Breathing. Good, you can go in the splits if you want, Dana. How are you doing, Mr. Zimmerman? Breathing. Let the heaviness of your butt be your connection that you're able to do. Wiggle the hips around. That's good. Use your hand. You guys should have bricks. You need to come buy some old bricks from me. I have them in the truck. Breathing. Stretch back more, Gary. Try and sit on your back heel. Oh, now cry. That's good. Bring the toes to your nose. 3 breaths. And then easy. Inhale, come forward, back into that lunge. Fingers line up with the front toes. Lift the back knee. Lift the back bottom. And stretch that leg up to the sky. The right leg sweeps up to the sky. And then if you're really going for it, you go into plank and you'd lower down to chaturanga. You'd flatten your feet. You'd inhale into up dog. And you'd roll over your toes into down dog. And you'd scramble till you find down dog, which is the second kind of default position. 3 breaths in down dog. Inhale, exhale. Strong arms. Remember that the creases are pressing toward each other, the buns to the sky. And then you're going to look between your thumbs, bend your knees, and see what happens. See if you can get to the front of your mat somehow. Bend the knees and launch yourself, or hobble or wobble. And half unfold. Hands go on the shin bones, straight spine, straight elbows, weight slightly forward. Flip your tailbone back, Lee, that's good. Rock your weight slightly forward on your toes. Straighten out the back a little bit, Linda. And then exhale, slide down your legs. See if you can wrap your forearms around your calves. Very good. Breathing. Try and relax that left lower back, Mr. Squire. You feel it in the hip there? Oh. And then bend the knees, because I can see it. Lift the head, happy face, hands on the thighs. Bring the legs together. Squat down. You're going to end up in a chair pose. Get very low. Come on, Lee, low. Working you, working you. I want you to leap into handstand from here. Happy cactus. Chair pose. Go knee. Squeeze the knees together. Squeeze the ankles together. Good. And then sweep the arms back behind you and pulse the arms to the sky. Squeeze the knees together like you were holding on for dear life. That's better. Breathing. Pulse the dingle dangles. Squat your bottom down a little more, Linda. More. Burn it. Good. Sit down a little more, Susan. Sit down a little lower, Brenda. Lift your chest a little bit, Will. Pulse your arms. Go lower, go lower, go lower. Crouch, crouch, crouch. 3 breaths. 1. And breathing wheel. 2. And 3. And sweep the arms forward. Look up, eyes open, arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale to a T. Don't lose your balance. Eyes stay open. Arms are at shoulder level, like in a T. Breathe. Lower the arms down, separate the feet, stand in mountain pose, palms forward, shoulders over the hips, chin parallel to the earth. Root yourself through your feet. Stack your bones. Find the freedom when the bones are stacked, the spaciousness, the graciousness. It's that tapestry of muscles and ligaments and tendons and arteries and the design. Breathe. Palms are open. Remember that you're a conduit between the heavens and the earth. Root yourself. See if you favor your heels or your toes. If you can envision that outline of your foot rooted into the earth. That elongated spine, the soft shoulders, the spacious neck, the pleasant face, the brow. Breathing. Breathing into the marrow of your bones. Take the opportunity of conscious stillness. Arms are going to reach out from your wing bones and fingertips. The arms are longer than you believe. Reach out, up and overhead. Inhale. Exhale, humbly lie down the heart line, pausing at your breastplate. Just make sure you don't pass out right now. Shake out your arms and legs. See if you can choose an edge of your mat. We'll try and do just a few standing poses, and we'll switch back side to side. That way you don't have to go through a whole exhaustion, since this is the gentle class, right? Right foot's going to be towards the front of your mat, and your left foot's going to pop back so that the space between the feet is the same length, based on the same length of your legs. Your front toes are straight, your back heel is behind the back toes, and you're just going to bend that front knee. Contain your pelvis. Stretch your arms out into warrior 2. Ideally, this front thigh will be 90 degrees. There is some action. You can walk that right foot out a little bit, Will, maybe 3 inches, a little bit more towards the front of your mat. Fix your, that's good. Fix your pubic bone up to your belly button a little bit. Just a little. Add a little Mula Bandha. 2 more breaths. Reach out through your fingertips. Planted, rooted, earth-bound. Great. Warrior 2. Easy. Stretch that front leg. Straighten that front leg, sorry. Shift the hips to the back. Lift the ribs up and over your hip bone. Reach out. Reach forward. This is where you want to save somebody. Oh, the Himalayan glacier flood. Oh, and then just tip over. Stack your shoulders. Find your shin bone is easy. Those of you that practice frequently can continue down the front straight leg, in front, behind the foot. But if you're just figuring out what triangle pose is, that's good. Suck in your stuff. Easy. Drop that lower shoulder from your ear. Stack the shoulders, lift the chin, press down on your feet. Stretch the top arm over your ear towards the front of your mat. You should be getting good and warm right about now. Come on, little one. And breathe into your left rib cage. And inhale, float up. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Warrior two. Turn your palms up. Don't go now. Don't go yet. Don't go. Breathe through your nose, boo. And then slide down the back thigh. Front knee is bent. Reverse the warrior. Go, Linda. Sit into that front thigh. Make sure that, that front knee is over the front foot. Good. Go 3 more inches at least, Lee. Squat down. Stretch back. Bend that front knee, Mr. Squire. More. That's it. And inhale and lift up. Warrior two. Straighten the legs. Drop the hands to your waist. Turn your right foot in so that you're pigeon-toed, standing lengthwise on your mat. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. Will Zim, you be careful here on this one. Throwing that energy around into your head. Arms are going to reach out up and overhead. Circle the shoulder girdle and let the hands come on your lower back so the palms are cradled right in that little sway back. Elbows try and touch. Pubic bone comes forward. Lift the chest up. Inhale. And then lead with your chin and your bazooms. Reach out far. Tailbone goes back. We're going to fold down towards the earth. Legs are very wide. I hope your feet are very wide. Okay. And then drop the head towards the earth. Rub your lower back. Rub your bum. The back of your hamstrings. Pinch your calves. And then bring your hands underneath your chin. Hands are underneath the chin on the ground. So that means if you can't reach the ground, you got to open your legs another 12 inches. Wide legs, almost use your entire mat. Are you on the ground, Gary, with your fingers? Oh, okay, good. Then breathe out. Right hand underneath your chin, left arm goes out, reaches up to the sky. Breathe. And lower that left arm on top of the right fingers, and out goes the right arm. Turn the body, stack the shoulders. That's good. Keep the weight on the feet. Keep the feet organized. Feel the rebar. That's good. Careful the shoulder doesn't super torque. And then lower that right hand down. Easy on the spider fingers. Inhale, lift your head. And exhale, see if you can crawl through your legs. The wider apart your base, the wider apart your feet, the closer the tip of the pyramid is to the floor. So if you open the legs wide, go for glory, and crawl yourself through. And then easy release, walk the hands back, lift the head, heel toe the feet in, hold on to your thighs, squat down, lift your head, your eyes, open your eyes. Don't pass out, please. Circulation. Easy, arms out to a T, straighten the legs graciously, leave your eyes open. Focus on something. Arms up and overhead. Easy and humbly slide down your heart line, pausing for a moment. And easy, hold on to your waist and step that left foot out towards the front of your mat. Remember the geometry of things, the design I mean, some of us are long and lanky, some are short and squat, some are flexible like a cooked noodle, some are uncooked noodles. So you find how your body works. You've inhabited this temple. Now we're exploring areas that we can strengthen or lubricate or enhance. So take a large stance. Remember, the wider the base of the triangle, the closer the crown of the head is to the earth. This is like 8th grade geometry, maybe. Left foot goes forward, right heel's behind, organize through, arms come out, bend that front knee and look down at it, make sure it's safe over the front foot. There's some action happening in your Mula Bandha, in your gut, in your back foot. That outer blade is strong on the earth. Warrior two. Beautiful. Spread across the chest. Gaze is intense. Breathing. Sink a little bit lower. Use the underbelly. Good job. Yes. And then straighten that front leg. Easy. Push the hips away from you. Lift the ribs up, out, and over that front thigh and tip. Just grab the shins, stack the shoulders. Good job. Don't poke them in the nose. Good job. Straighten the front leg. Good. We'll turn that left foot out a little bit more. Zim. Breathing. Good. Lift the kneecap if you can of that front leg. See what happens when you do that. Lift the kneecap, stretching. Press down on your feet. Inhale, float up. Sink softly and comfortably into warrior two. That front knee hinges over the front foot. There's some action through your midsection. You turn the palms and you reverse the warrior. Slide down the back straight leg. Let your gaze follow the upper arm. Bend that front knee. The left knee is bent, strong. That's good. Outside of the back foot is engaged. That upper inner thigh rolls away from you. Good, breathing. Sink down. Feel amazing. And then easy, inhale, lift up, warrior two. Arms up and overhead. Bring that left foot towards the mat. Slide your hands down your heart line. Good, depending on how you are, you can take the arms and swim back behind you and twine your fingers. Mr. Squire, open your feet about 2 feet further apart. Go big. If I'm this wide, you can be wide. Roll the shoulders. I can't see Gary's other leg. Stretch the hands down below the tailbone. Squeeze the elbows. Lift the chest. Stretch your heart to the sky. Pubic bone forward, Linda. Breathing. Arms a little bit off your buns. Stretch and open that chest. That's good. Use your pubic bone. Brenda, lift it a little. Drop your tail a little bit. Lift the chest. Good job. Nice. Beautiful. And then there you go, kids. Down to the ground. Head down, arms up. Roll over. Breathing. Hinging. Good job. Oh, there you go. Wakeboard. It's a familiar position. Breathing. Arms a little higher, Gear Bear. Squeeze your wings together. That's good. Drop your head. 2 more breaths. Breathe. Relationship with gravity. Mobilization of the liquid. Bend the knees. Hands go down to the thighs. Walk your feet together. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Halfway, I suppose. Lift your head and chest. Don't pass out. Eyes open, Mr. Zim. Knees are bent. Good evening. Want to strengthen the thighs. Palms together, squat down. Elbows inside the knees. Oh, you like this one, Gary. Spread the thighs, drop your tail, lift your chest. Elbows inside the knees, Linda. Elbows more inside the knees. Like this. Elbows poke inside, so you lift the chest. Chest is up. Palms are right at the heart. They could be shaking because they're trembling because of the nervous system. Hare Krishna. Catch yourself. Good girl. Catch yourself. Easy. Don't hurt yourself. Land down on your tailbone. Stretch the legs out. Uh-huh. It's that diet you've been on. Hare Krishna. Hail to the divine within. One forward bend. Sit up straight. Exhale. Bow down over your toes. Rock a little bit side to side. Easy. And easy. Walk your hands on in. And easy. Bend your knees on in. And slowly roll down on your backs. Good. Tuck your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit side to side. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're comfortable. Hands on the kneecaps, spin the knees around. Realize that from straight up to the heavens and the head bowing to the earth, it's that relationship of the fluids, the liquids, the life force within us to gravity, to the earth, and to the heavens. Spin the knees the other way. Hug the knees in. Then drop the feet on the ground with the feet wide apart and the knees resting against each other. And inhale your arms up and overhead. Equalize. Settle into the earth. Notice how the ribs move away from the crest of your hip bones. And that if you exaggerate your breath, you can press the belly button to the backbone to empty the lungs. You can try and close the unattached ribs. You can massage your organs, creating that incredible spaciousness. And then easy, let the arms slide out to the side into a T. And let's go ahead and drop both knees to the left. Let the left foot jump up on top of the right thigh. And just look away from the knees. Turn your head. Exaggerate your breath. One more breath. Exhale, flatten the back against the mat. Bring the hips back into alignment. Lift the hips up. Swing the hips to the left. Drop the hips down and roll to the right. Take the top arm and let the shoulders stack up and clap the hands. And then easy, as if you were outside, let the left hand come onto your eyes to shade from the sun. Look away from the knees. Create that torque, that spiral, that ringing effect through the central core. That release in the lower back. One more breath. And exhale, roll the back, come back onto the mat, and easy. Stretch the arms overhead. Gracefully exhale, lift the head and fingers and thread the needle. The left hand's going to go through the triangle and the right hand's going to grab the thigh. Going to lay down in that reclining pigeon. Breathing. Good job. Straightening the right leg. Moving that right foot around, tracing the face of the analog watch. Hare Krishna, the sweetness. Let's go ahead today. Let's take the little happy hands, jazz hands, thread the needle. You're going to try and both hands go through the triangle and wrap your elbows around your shin bone. Hug that left thigh into your chest and lower the right leg. Good job. And then you can take that right hand, Will, and grab your ankle and just lift it up to the sky. See if you can squeeze your left arm and get that foot behind your head. Good job. Go, Susan. You can get it. Good. That's good. Trying to get the left foot behind your head. The right leg is straight. And then easy, bend the right leg in, unhook the left leg, and bounce your hips down the ground. Very good. Make your mama proud. Then hug both knees into the chest. Equalize the pelvis. Drop the feet to the outside of the mat. The knees rest against each other. The arms stretch up and overhead. Breathe in, breathe out. Activating the unattached ribs. Let them work like a bellows. And then easy, let the hands slide out to a T. Inhale. And exhale, let both knees drop to the right. Let the lower foot, that right foot, come up on top of the left thigh. Turn your head and look away from the knees. Start that spiral of your spine. The intricacies of how the pelvis and the spine operate with the shoulder girdle, how the extremities have freedom and range of motion. Exhale, the back flattens against the mat, the knees come back up. Lift the hips. Swing the hips to the right, drop them down. Both arms come across the body, both knees go to the ground. You're over on the left side. Top arm, that right arm claps the left hand, stacking the shoulders, stacking the hip bones. And then softly let the right hand drape across your eyes as if you were protecting you, shading you from the sun. One side will feel differently than another. Breathing. And easy on the next exhale, go ahead and roll back onto your back. Let your arms stretch up and overhead. Thread the needle, fingers, eyes following the fingers, grabbing both sides of the left thigh. That right hand slips through the triangle, the space. Lay it down. Breathing. Straightening up the left leg. Tracing the face. of the analog clock with your big toe in both directions, full range of motion, keeping the back of the skull connected to the earth or cradled on your pillow. Release the hands, take both hands, slide both arms through the triangle, wrap your elbows around your shin bone, hug it close to your body, and lower the left leg out. You can take the left hand onto the ankle and push that ankle over your head. That's good. Come from underneath, Gary. That's good there. Lift your chest up, lift your head up. That's good. Try and get the foot behind the head now. Where's your head, Gary? There it is. Okay. Go for it. Nice, Will. It's changing. Side goes. Oh, there she is, the wakeboarder. This is your good sign. Breathing. Feel your groin. Feel where the resistance is. And then easy. Brenda, where are you? Oh, she left. And then easy. Lower the head down. Drop the feet on the ground. Bounce the hips. Bounce that sacrum strongly onto the earth. And then let your knees kind of flop side to side. Kind of a windshield wiper. And then easy, hug the knees into the chest, wrap the hands around the shins. And lay the head down, drop the feet down, arms by the side, into shoulder stand or into small inversion. Hands go by the side, buns come up, arms slip underneath your body. The fists, those little fists are right underneath your arse, right underneath your butt bones. Squeeze the elbows in, bring the knees in, stretch the legs up, open the soles of your feet to that heavenly and divine waterfall. Feel that internal waterfall. Feed the complexion, feed the digestion, feed your brain, oxygenate the body, circulate. Fill yourself with sparkles and light. Lee, you can push your legs a little further away from your body. Further. Further. Good. Flatten the belly. Stretch the arms. Stay organized. Legs are up in the sky. Gary Squire, there you go. Hello. Soles of the feet to the sky. Breathe in, breathe out. Receive the blessings. Straighten the back of the knees a little bit, Will. Zim. Good. Keep your legs engaged. Upper inner thighs engaged. Dana. Good. Walk your hands towards the brow line, Suze. Elbows come a little closer. I'd adjust you if I could. Darn it. Breathe in, breathe out. 5 more seconds. Keep the legs up there. Trembling is fine. Remember, bring the legs more towards the front of the room. Linda, just a little. There you go. And easy. Drop the legs over the head and then slowly bend the knees and drop the feet to the ground. Roll from shoulder stand softly. Come off your little fists. Move your hands around. Fish pose. Fish pose is interesting. That decompression of the thyroid, that opening of the fourth chakra. Arms are by your side, palms are down, elbows are touching and gripping your rib cage. It's a simple hinge. We've been hinging all class. Slide the legs out away from you. Lift the chest up. Let the chin drop back and the crown of the head reach and settle in on the earth. Heart is spread. yearning for conscious contact. Inner thighs are working. Breathe in, breathe out. Rib cage is stretched away from the pubic bone. The viscera are exposed. This most humbling and trusting of poses. Chest a little higher. Good. Crown of the head, that's good. Lift the chest. And easy. Inhale, lift the head up. Slowly lower down. Bring the knees into the chest again. Wrap the arms around your shins. Stretch the legs up nice and tall. Hands go behind the head. Lace in the fingers. Cradling the skull in your palms. Lift your shoulder blades off. Elbows are wide open. You're looking at the sky and you're breathing in and out. We're going to stay for 30 to 45 seconds. The stronger you feel, the more you angle the legs off your body. But keep your shoulders up. Keep your chin, your throat open. Head is up. Shoulders are up. Hold the back of your head. Lift your shoulders off, Lee. Shoulders up. This works your stomach, yes or no? You better say yes. That's good. Now go for it. Open your elbows. Legs straight to the sky, Will. Breathe. Lower your legs a little bit more, Susan. Angle them out, angle them out. Squeeze the inner thighs together. 10 more seconds. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Shoulders are higher. Shoulders are up. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, squeeze everything. And exhale, relax. Down to the ground you go. Easy. Spread your arms. Spread your legs. Immediately, without squirming, sink into the earth. Easy. The eyes soften, the body completely goes relaxed. Body is hollow. The adventure is in that paradox of stillness and action. How is it that the mechanisms of your body are vibrant and pulsing and charged, and that the surface of your skin is permeable and breathable, and the ether body is like honey, like Amrit, that nectar of the gods. Relax, receive, renew, and restore. So that regaling in the juiciness, in the sweetness of what happens, the indulgence in your self-care, in your well-being, in your balance. body is hollow, vibrant, able. Your finer qualities are tuned. You have that sparkle. We're so grateful for the opportunity easy. If you wish, and reconnect with the vessel. The breath move into the navel point. The breath will guide you back into your temple. Breath expands and floats into your fingers and your toes. And slide your thumbs across your fingertips. Reconnect the nervous system. Find yourself electric ladyland. Inner vision. Sweet. Sweet like the honey of the honeybees. Breathe easy and exhale. Gather the hands to the heart. Gather in. And then softly you lace the fingers or twine the fingers and you roll the palms up and overhead, stretching away from your crown. Step your straight legs together and point your toes and push your heels and wiggle through the central core. Just elongate the body. Feel that amazement. You can flutter your eyelashes and move your lips. Just go, wow. I am so happy to be alive. And then you exhale and tuck your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. You can roll to either side you wish. It's dark out there. New moon's in a couple of days. Either side. Then press up to seated and find yourself again aligned with the divine, rooted and seated and earthbound, elongated and yearning, stretching up to the crown of the head. The arms reach out up and overhead, palms together. Thumbs and baby fingers glued. Open up the other fingers like the petals of the lotus blossom and create that chalice, that cup. So you slide down your heart line, receiving again that cosmic waterfall, being of that nature that knows, nestling the thumbs at the breastplate, cupping the fingers together softly, ancient and sacred greeting, bowing and honoring, welcoming the light that sparkles and shines so brightly, that great spirit within ourselves and others, the sameness of our breath and the sameness of our blood. We thank ourselves for being present and a part of, and thank you so much for being part of this Urban Yoga family. Namaste Thank you.